8 weeks ago, I started this channel with no experience, no followers, absolutely no setup, and a vague idea of what I wanted to talk about. And in 8 weeks, just 8 weeks of posting once per week, I have learned so much from the technical side and on the emotional side. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the many lessons I've learned over the last 8 weeks starting my YouTube channel. My name's Carrie and this is Middle Money and More. So, okay, let's get into it. One of the first things I learned is I learned how to make thumbnails in Canva. I learned how to make the background go away and insert your head into a thumbnail. And I learned how to use thumbnail templates, and I also learned how to make my own template and use my own background. And that, I would say, I'm still learning. My first template was made by my daughter, and so far that video got the most views. But I'm learning and I'm doing it. Another thing I learned was basic editing skills, and if you watch my videos, you'll see just how basic those editing skills are, but they are getting better. And something that stalled me in the beginning was that I was trying out different editing programs, and I wasn't getting it, and I had to jump to another one. And I'm using iMovie now, just the basic one that's on my Mac, on my laptop. And so it doesn't have all the things, and I would like to jump to a better program, but for me right now, it's basic, and I'm learning how to put in B-roll and do a little bit more fancier things, and that's good for me now. That's good with me for now. And once I get stronger and faster at that, then I might jump to something like DaVinci and try to get my editing skills a little stronger. But we have to do all the things. So it's like, okay, I got the template for the thumbnail. I got the editing down. I had to learn how to set up the whole entire YouTube page. I changed the name of my channel 3 times. I still have to change the name of my email address because now it doesn't match. And but just nothing was feeling right, so I kept changing and learning to set up that page and understanding how to use tags or not to use tags, and how to get in the back and look at your analytics. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to know to start doing YouTube. I want to talk about one thing that I think is really important if you're starting a YouTube channel, and that is deciding who you want to listen to, maybe 1 or 2 people, and that's it. And just going with that advice, because, and maybe seeing how that goes, because you're going to constantly get conflicting information. And I tried doing some of these outlier titles for a couple of my first videos, and it didn't go well at all. I didn't get any views. And when I switched over to doing more of the types of titles that were in the people my age group, and the way those people were doing titles and thumbnails, I started getting more views. Now, is that a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm too new to know. But the outlier titles didn't feel natural to me. I felt weird and like a fraud. And the very basic titles that the 50-something set uses felt much more natural to me. And I feel like, in a way, it's like you're putting that energy out there. It's like it's going out into the YouTube universe. And if you feel like yourself, that's the best thing to do, I think. So I was listening to way too many people. And so I just found one or two people that resonate with me and how I am and how I do things and how I feel comfortable, which it's not about getting out of your comfort zone. It's about being yourself. And so that makes me feel more like myself. And so that's what I'm doing. I think that's really important there because there's a lot of advice out there on YouTube, which is great. But just find the person that you resonate with and listen to that person because there's many ways to grow a YouTube channel. The one thing I just want to throw in as just a little thing that I decided to do is I got the Canva subscription because I was trying to do it with the free version and I was having to hop around to different sites to do different things and then bring it all back over into Canva. And I think that work smarter, not harder. It was worth it to me to just go ahead and get the subscription because everything's right there. I could do it a lot faster, and it's more important for me to be able to make sure that I can get my video up on the weekend. And so by getting the subscription, it just made it a lot easier for me. So I'm going to stick with that for now until maybe if I find a better way and I get faster. But for now, I'm sticking with the Canva subscription. So that's just my little tip. So I want to talk about the emotional part or the non-technical part. So one of those things is just feeling natural. And I've heard a lot of people talk about how to film their hook or the beginning of their video because it feels so awkward. And so they might like say it like 20, 25 times. And I definitely feel that. It's like needing that hook into the video. Like, what are you going to say that's going to make it feel really natural? And that is the hardest thing to do. That is the hardest thing. So I'm working on it. It's still a work in progress. Once you get talking and then you can kind of like get into being yourself, but like just that trying to get people to stay engaged in your video at the beginning and sounding natural and all those things, it's hard. And talking to the camera, it definitely gets easier, but it's not easy. It really is not easy. It's awkward. Especially if you feel like you're talking about yourself, but you're trying to give tips and you don't want to sound like you're preaching and you don't want to sound judgmental. And so, yeah, it's hard, but just keep on practicing, I think it gets easier and easier. So here's another thing that I learned kind of on the more of the emotional or the feeling side of things. So I posted my video yesterday and it posted at 10 in the morning and we went to the movies in the morning. It was Saturday morning. And so for 4 hours, like I usually watch my video as soon as I post it so that it gets at least one view. And I came back from the movie, so it had been 4 hours since it was posted and had no views. And my heart, I felt so sad. I just wanted even just like a couple of views. And but I tried not to go there. I clicked play, I let it play. I went to do some things. And I came back a little while later and it had 8 views and then 9. And then as the day went on, it had like 18. And I'm not watching it all day long, but you can't help yourself. You wanna see, especially after like I've been doing it for 8 weeks, so I'm kind of getting into it now. I'm looking at the analytics and stuff. So it's Sunday, and so far it's got 40 views, which makes me. I'm happy. I mean, yes, I wanted to get a lot more views, but 40 views is so much better than 0. Like, I can't even tell you. It does so much. Just thank you. Thank you to the 40 people. Well, I guess 39 because I watched it. So thank you to the people that watched my video. I appreciate it so much. The other thing that I'm learning is that, okay, so my first couple videos, I saw that 2 minutes and people were gone. So I said, okay, well, how can I get people to stay on the video longer? So if I'm giving a tips video, for example, I really try to give my best tips that the most people could relate to at the beginning of the video, so that at least, I get people watching a little bit longer. And then if it starts to get a little more narrow, that it would only be for certain people and people duck out, well, maybe I got at least 5 or 6 minutes of watch time out of that video, which is way better than the 2 minutes I was getting. And so that's what I'm working on. And then I want to learn from that like if people aren't staying for the video, well, what was it about those tips that people weren't interested in? And I still want to give the tips that I know work for me, because I'm going to be honest. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. But at the same time, I can kind of get an idea of what's helping like a more majority of people. And so that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing this channel. So that's, I would say, one of the biggest things I've learned so far in just 8 weeks. And I think that's a pretty big lesson to learn in a short amount of time. So I think the biggest thing about starting a YouTube channel is just giving yourself the space to be a beginner. I mean, yeah, there are those people that get monetized after 4 or 8 weeks, but I don't think that's the norm. We have to learn all this stuff. We're over 50 years old, and most of us are working too, and we're trying to provide value in the content and learn how to do all this technical stuff at the same time. So I say, pat yourself on the back, because this is not easy. And I think it's really good for your brain to learn all this technical stuff and to talk naturally all at the same time. I mean, what can be bad about that, right? So I'm here to say, if you're over 50, you're starting a YouTube channel, stick with it. If you are thinking about doing it and you stumbled upon this video and you haven't started it yet, just do it. Like I said, I started this channel in January and didn't post a video till May. I could have 5 more months under my belt if I wasn't being such a perfectionist about what I was doing. So I say, go for it. Again, my name's Carrie. I sure would appreciate if you got anything out of this video, if you would subscribe, because I really am trying to grow those subscribers. If you have any questions about anything I've learned so far and I could be any help to you, please leave a comment. I'd love to help. If you have any tips for me, I welcome them, please. And so I just want to say to anyone who watched this video, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Honestly and truly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it so much. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.